We've got about 7 minutes to wrap up the morning. In studio right now is Republican candidate for Congress, George Phillips. Good morning, George.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show.
Glad you made it in here this morning. I heard you raised. So what is the deal? The reporting was due, came out over the weekend, and you raised another $150,000. Where are you at?
We've raised over $150,000 so far total.
Okay, in total.
Yeah.
And how do you feel? Obviously, and correct us if we're wrong here, that this presidential race really took a lot of the. There's not much you guys could do when everything was consumed by the presidential race here.
Everyone's talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
We're focused on our race here, but it is certainly the backdrop.
Well,
Voters,
I think the air has been cleared now for you guys.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us how you're doing, what your thoughts are. The primary coming up at the end of June.
We're excited. It's June 28th. It's hard
Yeah.
to believe that we're in the home stretch here. We're working hard every day trying to get our message out. I'm here in the Utica area today to talk about border security. It's been a hot button issue in the presidential, and I'm on every issue trying to bring new angles of looking at things. Sure, we need to secure the border. I'd support building a fence, but we only have 21,000 border security agents right now. We have illegal immigrants and drugs coming in across the border. We need to get more manpower there now. Also very concerned, and we'll be talking about today, the heroin epidemic.
Okay.
It's killing people around this country here. Sure, we need treatment. Sure, we need law enforcement here locally, but let's hit the heroin at the source. And in Mexico right now, the Mexican government's been given equipment by the United States government to try to destroy the crops that produce heroin, similar to what we did in Colombia, but the Mexican government's not getting the job done. We need to make our relationship with Mexico conditional on securing that border and having them utilize the equipment we're giving to destroy the heroin at its source.
Could we make them build a wall?
We could work with them on that.
Even better, we'll build the wall, and they can pay for it. It's an idea I just came up with. What do you think about that? I mean, you're in Congress. You make it there. Are we going to be able to? Will our President Trump be able to make the Mexican government pay for a wall to be built down there along the border? And will that solve the problem?
I don't think he's going to be able to make them pay for it completely. And as I'd mentioned, it will take time to build, even with our fastest efforts. That's why I think we need more manpower down there now. I think we could use electronic surveillance to get more checks in there more rapidly, but they're still going to be smuggling in the heroin in various ways. Yeah. So let's hit it at the source. You don't hear about cocaine as much anymore. We hit it at the source in Colombia.
Yeah.
We hit it there.
I want to ask you, you're talking about borders. Your district here, this congressional district, is up into Oswego, which gets pretty close to another border. Is there any worry about the Canadian-U.S. border here?
Absolutely.
It'd be an easy place for somebody who's trying to do bad to sneak in, I would think, maybe.
And we have to think about doing more there. We're obviously not going to be able to build a wall all across the United States-Canada border, nor would we need to, but certainly more surveillance up there, electronic surveillance monitoring, agents.
All right.
These are cause for great concern. ISIS, the next ISIS attack could be around the corner. We have to hit them at the source, too.
You were talking about the national issues, but what can you do for the people here of your district?
Our general theme has been to empower New York. People said, George, why are you running for federal office here? Our problems are on the state level. We're at a disadvantage here because of state government. What we're proposing is tax and regulatory relief on the federal level that the state then has to match in an empowerment region. That would encompass upstate New York. So let's get the burdens off the entrepreneurs. The government doesn't create jobs. They may move some money around at some point, but it's always taxpayer money. We need more private sector job growth. We need to lift up entrepreneurs. We need to get Americans working again. So we're talking about...
And you do that with a tax? You do that with a tax cut?
Tax and regulatory, but let's make the state match.
Okay.
And if the state has to match, that's going to allow our entrepreneurs to create jobs.
30 seconds. Where are you going to be today, and what do you want people to know about your visit here today?
I'm going to be at the courthouse again talking about security. We got to secure the border. We got to stop illegal immigration. We got to talk about heroin. And we ask voters to follow the race here, and I'll say it right now in my final 30 seconds. I'd love to have a debate on your show here if the other candidates are willing to do it.
All right. Well, we'll look into that. I'll try to make that happen. Could be a hell of a debate.
We've got space in the studio here, and
there's plenty of space, and if we needed more space, we'd make it. We could take a wall down.
Absolutely.
we could do whatever is needed. I'll look into that. So the offer is out.
The offer's out
here.
here.
Do a debate here in studio. We'll get working on it.
Yes.
Okay. All right, George Phillips, we appreciate your time. Good luck today, and people will see you around, out and about in the area today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Listen, that's it for us. News top of the hour. I want to tell you, a beautiful day is on the way, and you can see it when you look outside right now. We're already into the 50s and going today to 77 degrees. Hard to believe. Maybe a little rain in the afternoon. We'll see. Currently, 52, WIBX Utica, Rome. It is 9 o'clock.